But this is Harrowings and live from the bunker with Hal Gill. Um, Not a very pretty sight today, I think, but it is what it is. We've got Joy in Gaza and Walt Cruz have joined so far. Sent that invite out to Everyday Junglist. Don't know if he'll decide to join in or not. Doesn't matter. Um, of course, we'd love to have him, but if he can't make it, can't make it. Probably got some phone calls to take or something like that. Libra has joined as well. And I'm often on the street, filming outward, the passing show. And I'm thinking a lot about how we are co creating the world we're living in. And I have the privilege to be able to sit here in the bunker and talk to you about it today, as opposed to, being out there slaving away. I will do that tomorrow. Actually, I've got an opening shift down at Daily Provisions at a cafe. It's something I can do at this point in my career and provides a little income for my wife and I. It's not a lot, but it doesn't need to be a lot. What it needs to be is me getting out of the house, getting in front of the public, being of service, serving people literally, and doing the best I can to be a bright spot in people's lives. Give them a little, feeling of having been seen. I think so many of us need that. So many of us don't feel seen, don't feel needed. We feel like we bent over backwards to help others and nobody's helping us. And it's probably true to a large extent. Even if we're asking for help, we very well might not get it because most people are consumed with self. We're self interested. And what can we say about that? I mean, the life we're living is one that's individual. We appear to be disconnected from each other, and even more so in this day and age. And we tend to, live in small communities, in fact, just partnerships in many cases. If that, many of us live alone. And I cannot imagine having to live my life alone without a partner. Um, I will maybe someday find out what that's like because my partner might pass away and then I will be on my own. But I will have a lot of people in my community. In fact, I got together with some of them this morning and had my breakfast at the place I work, where I have coworkers who were somewhat enriched by my having been there, but not that much because I get a pretty hefty employee discount. So we've got Matter Press has joined, Goddess Zirb has joined. Good to have you all with us. And this is just musings from the bunker, as will happen when I decide to go live and I don't have anybody joining me. I've invited the everyday junglist who has seen fit not to join. Let's see if I can invite some other guests. Let's see if Bruno's available, and maybe Charlotte's out there. I think I saw her reacting to something. So let's see if I can get either Charlotte Del Signore to join in from over in England or Bruno from Italy, and we'll see if we can have a conversation or not. If not, I'll just keep on talking. And I wrote earlier today. I probably can see what I wrote, actually, and maybe even read it out loud and see if it makes any sense at all. I actually wrote a review of it as well with Grok. I will admit, I had Grok review The Way Out Is Through by me from August 11th, 2026, which is here and now. And it says, this short, late night, early morning piece is pure harrowings, a lived in first person excavation that refuses tidy conclusions while still landing on a clear ethical demand. Ethical demand? I don't make demands, I hope. But I am suggesting that we all be the change we want to see in the world, that we think about what we're doing, that we try to, look out for each other and look out for future generations while we're doing it because there's so many coming after us. This is a big part of what Harrowings is all about, is about talking about those who came before. And you can see there's a book called Cronies up there, I think. Yep, that's what it is. Cronies by Ken Babbs, who was part of the Merry Pranksters. I've got his autographed copy of his burlesque, he calls it, which is his memoir of sorts. I think I've also got a copy over here of Andy Warhol's Philosophy of Andy Warhol from A to B and Back Again. Is that what that is? No. Yes. Yes, I think that's what it is. I worked for the Warhol Museum for a while, Okay, so I go on and on. Let's see what this thing said. The way out is through. It won't open. 'Tis the nature of things. Let's see. I get a direct message back. Yeah, I'm pinging Everyday Junglist to see if he was available. And so far, I'm waiting for Bruno Batati to join. It looks like Charlotte may have declined. I'm going to cancel Bruno's invite. Try one more time with the Junglist. See if he's out there. Anyway, we'll see if he is. And if he's got an inclination. He might be too busy. That's very possible. But I was interested to read what he had to write, and I hope that you all will be interested enough to read what the Everyday Junglist writes, because he's actually prolific, and I think he's got a lot to say, and I believe that it would be lovely to see him get published more widely than he is. And he's a lot of fun, generally, to talk with. I think any of you might be fun to be talking with, and if you feel like you want to go live with me sometimes, just throw it in the chat. Let's see if anybody's thrown anything in the chat. Ask questions. Ask me anything. What is that? Ask me anything. No. AMA. Ask me anything. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking about it. What is it? Don't know. I just know life is in us while we breathe, that we have an opportunity to be good ancestors for those who are coming after, if we're thoughtful, if we're mindful about the actions we take, and we recognize the fact that every single thing we do has an impact on everything else. And I hung out long enough. I think I'll go take a nap. I can do that today, and I can charge my batteries, so I'll be a good worker among workers tomorrow morning at 6:30 when I get a chance to get in there. Probably a little earlier, actually. I like to get earlier. And you can log in as early as 6:20. But I can set up the chairs and such outside on the patio, get that out of the way, get as much done as I can to help my colleagues get their stuff done. And between the two of us who will be on at 6:30, we'll get that cafe ready for anybody who happens to want to come by. If you happen to be in the Washington, D.C. metro area, come by and make yourself known as another Substack person. And then we can at least have that connection in real life, in addition to being connected here virtually across the globe. I have no idea where Matter Press is, where Julie M. Watkins is, though you're here often, and I appreciate that. Goddess Zirb. Ziirrb. Okay, that is your real name. Libra and Walt Cruz and Joy in Gaza. Thank you for joining today. And sorry we didn't get any guests to jump in, but that's the way of the world. Off here. And